Hello, girls. You the first bunch coming out from eating your salt? I just have salt in this first bunch come out of the pen to get them some water. They didn't want to go to the pond. I don't blame them. They wanted cool, fresh water. Yeah, I'm sure there'll be more coming along. That's why the boys started mowing hay today, and I've got about 80 acres down. So we're going to mow one more field tomorrow and then try to get that part bailed up before we cut any more. So we got a good week of coming for hay weather. I don't know where I've got to get this yard mowed. It ain't done nothing but rain. Today's the first day that it's not raining and it's still wet. Here comes some more cattle out of there. Seems like it just ain't enough time, and I've not been able to help them cut none this time, but I will on up in the week after we get some hay baled. Here comes a few more out of the pen. Betty, no, get back here. They don't need your help. That hay fell over there, probably the last one we cut. There's about, probably, well, about 30 acres over there. Be the last we cut. Here comes some more babies out there. But anyway, I'll be back in a few. Talk about some things. See you guys. Hello, everybody. Got the cows all good and salted, or these down here anyway. Get the rest of them salted in the morning. I've got to get out of here and go some other farms and look at the cattle and this and that, and see how they're doing. You know, it's been so wet. Like I said, I've got to try to get this yard mowed. Maybe I can do that before dark here. You know, I've took a look at the on the farming, the agriculture side of the big beautiful bill. It ain't too beautiful for small farmers and ranchers, I can tell you that. They've got a lot of corporate handouts to the big guys. If you're corporate farms, everything's going to them. Very little to family farms and ranchers. As a matter of fact, it's going to hurt us with the cutting. Some of the programs they're cutting. You know, especially on young people wanting to get into the business, first-time farmers and ranchers. It cuts some money out of them programs, rural development. And what they're going to do, they're going to cause everything to go up. And one thing it's going to cause is leases and land prices to go up on farms. It's going to knock the small family and farm buying power back on implements and or inputs. Well, yeah, implements, tractors, and I mean everything's going up, and you know, it cuts their ability to get operating loans and this and that. It's geared more toward corporate farmers. I mean, you know, now I'm not blaming President Trump. I'm blaming the senators and congressmen who are paid off by the lobbyists, the big ag lobbyists. You know, I mean, it's hard to fight them. You know. And we're losing small family farms and ranches, I mean, by the tons. You know, we're aging out. And young people's not wanting to take over the family farms and ranches, but I can't blame them. There ain't much money in it. I mean, you're up against it all the time. I had a woman comment the other day. Well, I made a comment on another YouTube channel. You know, they was talking about beef prices high, and this woman made a comment that, and they had a few cows, just a few, you know, and you know, they made good money. Well, if you got 7 or 8 cows and you sell 7 calves, I guarantee you're making some good money. Probably more than you've ever made in your life right now. But when you do this full time for a living, and yes, cattle are high. You get some big checks, but you've also got some big input checks. You know, I just got through paying for my tractor. You know, it wasn't nothing wrong mechanical. It was all computer. That was $4,000. You know, inputs is so high, and even though cattle is high, you're still breaking even. Hardly breaking even. I mean, you know, people don't understand. You know, they think because you got all this equipment sitting around that you're rolling money. Well, it's not that way. It's not that way. You know, when you do this full time for a living, I get 3 paychecks a year, and I've got to stretch it all the way out. It's not as easy as people think. But anyway, you know, it's not a good deal. I have contacted my congressman, but the 2 senators I've got are socialist communists, Mark Warner, and I ain't gonna mention his name. I hate him. I'll just say Hillary Clinton's running mate and let it go at that. I can't even say that. I hate him so much, can't say his name. And I hate to say hate, but he's just bad. He's bad. You can figure it out if you want to. I'm just not going to mention his name. Can't stand it. But from what I can see, with everything going on with Iran and Israel, and fuel going back up, grocery prices on the rise, I see where there could be some internal struggles in China, that there could possibly be a coup taking place there. So, who knows what's going to happen. But I do know one thing for sure. We have got to get these American First people elected, and we got to find good candidates. We've got to retire these people's been in there for years and years and done nothing but got filthy rich. They're supposed to be serving us, not us serving them. They're supposed to be elected representatives of the people, not they go up there and act like they're above everybody. So we've got to make a change. You know, we stood up and put President Trump in there. We got to stand up and put somebody underneath of him that backs these good policies for America, American workers, American farmers, small family farms and ranches. You know, this farm here, our family farm, has been in existence since 1792. You think them Congress and Senators gives a shit that my family farm has been in existence since 1792? My great-great-grandfather was the first high sheriff of Scott County, and he was hanging George. He's the first to hang a man in this county. So, you know, we've been in this county a long time, but how long can people keep hanging on when your own government's again its own people? You know, like they brought in all these illegals for one thing. That's to up the census so they'll have more voting power. They get more seats in the Congress and Senate, have a bigger voting power, more seats, more power, more control. You know, Obama said he wanted to change the face of America. Well, he's pretty close done it. Going through Joe Biden with open borders. Luckily, we stood up and put a stop to it, but the fight is not over. We're still in a fight with these globalists who want to take over the world and have a one world government. So we've got to get local people elected right down from your board of supervisors, your mayor, right on up to your delegates and to your state house, state Congress, state Senate, right on up to the federal level. We've got to get rid of these people. And one thing we've got to keep doing, we've got to keep praying. We have got to keep praying that God gives President Trump the knowledge and strength to do what needs to be done. You know, my favorite saying in the Bible is Jesus, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can move a mountain. And a mustard seed is very, very small. It don't take much faith, people, in prayer, that we can move that mountain and bring our country back to something what it used to be. And never go back completely, but we can bring it back and make a difference. Thanks for watching. The good Lord will, and I'll see you next time. God bless each and every one of you. And remember, keep praying. God bless.